Hello everybody, David and Franco here from TechSocial.com, as well as lots of other links right below the video. Today's video is called Tour of a Geek's iPad. Think of it as Tour of a Geek's room, which I think I'm one of the first ones to start with that title, and a lot of people are using that title, which I think is great, by the way, so I'm not like upset over that. I'm just saying, I'm glad I started that phenomenon of that title. Anyway, enough saying title. Anyway, think of it as that, but in terms of my iPad. Now, this is simply a tour. This is not an in-depth video where I'm going to go over every single app and tell you what every single app does. I'm simply going through my home screens and my folders, reading off the apps with maybe small comments here and there. But if you guys have any questions about specific apps, just ask in the comments below, you know, as usual, and I'll try to get back to you. And this is something I'm going to try to do every single season. So it's obviously summer now, it's August, it's early August, August 9th to be exact. So I'm going to try to do this in the fall, winter, spring, summer, so on and so forth. Anyway, enough talking, enjoy my iPad, and we're going to start out with my home screen. Well, actually, lock screen, I should say, my lock screen, which is a little scary, just to warn you. Alright, so here's my iPad. Actually, I should say I'm using my green Maru case right now, which I really like a lot, and I will be reviewing this within maybe a couple days or so, hopefully. Anyway, let's start out with my lock screen as promised. It is me, yes. It's not usually me. I'm not like obsessed with myself or anything. I was just in a goofy mood one night, so I took that picture, and it's kind of scary, so I kept it for a few days. Anyway, there it is. Here's my home screen, which I should start out by saying right away, this wallpaper, I always get people asking me where I get my wallpapers. I usually get them from this app, Pimp Your Home Screen. Actually, Pimp Your Screen it's called, but I'll go over that later. So anyway, let's start out. Top row, just calendar, YouTube, photos, camera, photo booth, really nothing special. Second row is FaceTime, videos, iMovie, Maps, and iTunes. Again, nothing special. These are all my Apple apps, by the way, if you haven't noticed, besides the dock. Third row, we have iPod, GarageBand, iBooks, Pages, and Remote, which I actually use this a lot since we have two Apple TVs in the house. Where do you go for here? Here you go. David's Apple TV, Family Room Apple TV, and finally David's iTunes. So if I wanted to, you know, play my music or whatever from here, I could. And actually, this is an app I use all the time, especially downstairs. If I'm searching on Netflix or whatever, I just tap into the Apple TV via here and do my giant remotes. And now I just turn the Apple TV on and I'm selecting things and whatever. Anyway, fourth row is Game Center, Find My iPhone, which I did not mean to tap, and finally Settings. Now going down here, I have Mail, which I use email every single day. Email practically runs my life. Get a better frame, yeah, there you go. So I always have that down there. Twitter, I am a Twitter addict. Twitter.com/David DeFranco if you want to follow me. You can click that link right below the video to do that. App Store, obvious reasons, I'm always purchasing and downloading apps. Safari, that's obviously going to be there. Angry Birds Rio, I am a huge Angry Birds fan. Rio has not been updated in a while, but I still leave it down there because they tend to update it pretty often. And finally, Angry Birds Seasons. Actually, wait, is this Seasons? Yep, this is Seasons. This was just updated not too long ago, but of course I beat all the levels within like a day. Because I am obsessed with Angry Birds, if you didn't know that by now. And this is the last level they came out with. And of course I beat it already, so I really have nothing else to play, but that's okay. They usually release updates every couple weeks or so. Anyway, here's my first games folder. We have the original Angry Birds HD, then Angry Birds HD Free. Yes, I have the paid and free version just because I like to see the differences between the levels. A Monster Ate My Homework, awesome game. World of Goo, absolutely amazing game, amazing soundtrack. Overall, just seriously an A+ game. Buy it. Pinball HD, which I actually have a video on. Mirror's Edge, which is alright. The Xbox 360 version is obviously much better. Glass Tower 2, I originally got this on my iPhone 3GS. Great game on both devices. So check it out. Fruit Ninja HD, I really don't have to explain that. You guys should know what that is by now. And if you don't, shame on you. Saving Seeds HD, which is a physics game, it's okay. Doodle Fit Lite, I honestly never play this anymore, but I kind of just left it on, I guess. Who was moving around outside? I heard a car. Anyway, next up is Dead Space. I got this on sale for like 80% off. Some kind of sale EA had like maybe 5-6 months ago. It's actually really, really good on the iPad. This is called Sullup Skier. I guess that's how you say it. Actually, I'll show this for a second. You kind of create music. Then he does tricks or whatever. Anyway, let him fall to his death. Skateboard Rat, I think this is called. It just says skateboard because there's only so much room. Oh, Rat on a skateboard. There you go. It's a pretty fun game. I'm really not going to waste your time with this, but I'll show you how it works. You kind of just tap to jump, but you can also tap multiple times to do multiple tricks. And you have to avoid the balls, which I obviously did not do right there. What's next? Blind World 2 HD. I forget what this is. I think it was an Oh! This is a really, really weird game. I have no idea what's going on. It's very strange. Let's fix my case here. And I'm going to exit that. It's very, very strange. I have no idea what's going on. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. This game cost me $1. This is such a good freaking deal, especially if you were a big, big Super Nintendo fan like I was. And I emphasize the word big because back in the day of, you know, Super Nintendo and Genesis and all those awesome old consoles, just great, great memories. This actually performs pretty well. Now, I'm not going to play it too much on here because it's really hard to do while standing up. You typically hold it like this, but I'm trying to get everything on camera for you guys. And you have your joystick over here. You can, wait, who am I? I'm Cyrex, right? Yeah. And then, you know, you can do specials. And whatever. Anyway. Believe me, I am better than that. It's just I'm at a weird angle. Can Knockdown 2 is a physics game. You just knock down cans. Pretty cool. Jenga HD is pretty sweet. Words with Friends, I really don't have to explain that. You guys already know what it is. Tiny Tower, which is a very unique game. You basically build a tower. It's obviously vertical, so I can't really give a good demo in this video, but just, you know, Google it. Super Monkey Ball 2, which I actually bought for Seaside Heights, but I ended up not playing it that much. I mean, it is a very good game. I just never really got around to playing it. But a little trivia, Super Monkey Ball, the first one, was my first iPhone game that I ever bought back in 2008, I think, when the App Store launched. I think it was 2008, because I know the iPhone came out in 2007. Anyway, I gotta speed this up. Second games folder is Contraptions, awesome physics game, Cave Bowling, Zynga Poker, Qwerty, which was free. That's only a demo. Drop Zap 2, which I actually found out through my good friend Alfred. Great game. You basically... It's like a puzzle game, but the sound effects are great. Let me turn it up a little bit. It's actually really cool because if you get huge combos, it clears the board. Moving on. And finally, Cut the Rope Experiments. This is the sequel to the first Cut the Rope. It's vertical, so I really can't show you much, but believe me, buy it. I think it's a few bucks and definitely worth it. Here's my social folder. I have Gowalla. Since I am an addict of Gowalla, I check in Gowalla just about every day. Colloquy, which is IRC. Echophone, which is obviously Twitter. Hootsuite's Twitter as well. And Skype, we all know it's... Actually, Skype just came out the other day for iPad, so that's actually brand new. Okay, going back to Web and Media. Terra, which is a Safari alternative. It's just a web browser with tabs. Netflix, ABC Player, Twit, which stands for This Week in Tech, which is, you know, Leo Laporte and all them. Incredibooth, which is pretty cool. Google, I don't really have to tell you what that is. Squarespace. Check them out at techsocial.com/Squarespace. A link is below. Pandora. iHeartRadio. Gotta be honest, I forgot I had this. But it is a good app. Just a bunch of radio stations like local music. I don't want to get into blah 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 blah. Pause that there. We don't need to hear that. And going back there, we also have Crackle, which is a great media watching app. Time Machine, which actually lets you watch old YouTube videos by year. So if I go to year 2001 and search, actually no, let's go to 1999 and go to games. Guaranteed you'll see some Dreamcast videos. I don't know if they have the original Dreamcast commercial. Actually, there's Steve Jobs showing off Halo for the first time, because Halo was originally a Mac game, for those who did not know that, which is pretty cool. And it's overall a great app that allows you to watch old ads, old TV ads, movie commercials. It's really, really cool. Okay, going back into here, and finally Ustream. Okay, let's really speed this up. This is my creative folder. We have Procreate, Sketchbook, Art Studio, and Diptyque, which is actually just updated today. News, Mashable, and Flipboard. Yes, there's only 2 apps. Reference, this is Flickster. This is my movies app that I always use for Rotten Tomatoes and just to see when movies are coming out. Wikipanion is great for Wikipedia. Dictionary, which I actually use very often because I'm a dictionary freak. Yes, laugh at me if you will, I don't care. The Weather Channel, that's pretty self-explanatory. Bing for iPad, which is really good. Quickie, I should say. It's kind of like Wikipedia, but it gives you information very quickly, and it shows you graphics along the way, photos, which is actually really, really cool. It's actually a really nice app. And finally, Kindle. Shopping, we have Amazon, eBay, and Square. Fun, we have Morpho, which allows you to morph graphics, Magic Piano, and i3D. Utilities, we have Notes. I don't use Apple's Notes app that often, which is why it's in its own folder. Notes, Contacts, PhotoSync, Voice Memos, Dropbox, Nightstand, free Wi-Fi, which finds free Wi-Fi locations such as McDonald's and whatever around here. Air Display, Splashtop, VNC, which I actually use a lot, and ZenViewer HD, which is a great file viewing app, which I actually meant to make a video on a while ago. I just never got around to it, but it's a great, great app. Check it out. Tweaks, pimp your screen. Okay, here we go. Going back to the beginning Going back to the beginning of this video, this is what I use for all my home screens. They have tons of great wallpapers. And let's go home real quick. This is what I really like. They have app shelves, meaning you can have shelves for your apps. And of course, if you want to preview, you just simply tap icons, and it shows you what not what your home screen will look like, but what icons in general will look like. Trying to talk too fast here, but there you go. There's a good example. There's shelves. Hopefully you guys can see that well. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's very vibrant. But if you tap the icons, you can see a preview. It's really cool. And it even allows you to make your own lock screens. You can put your own wallpapers in there and whatever else. And your own frame, which is really cool. Enter the combination. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, it's not real. You obviously can't scan your thumbprint right there, but it's pretty cool. Emoji, which allows me to use emoticons, just like on the iPhone and iPod Touch. And finally, Wallpapers HD is another app I use to get my wallpapers. So there you go. I hate Mondays. It's pretty scary. It is free, hence the ad down here, but the ad is pretty non-obtrusive, so I really don't mind it at all. And finally, iPhone apps. I have Alarm.com, which allows us to watch the cameras at our house. Instagram. They really need an Instagram for our iPad app. They really, really need to do that. TunePaint, Camera Plus, Skype. I really should take that off. There's really no point in having it now that I have the iPad version. Actually, let's do that in real time. Tap that, delete. Tiny Wings. I'm a huge Tiny Wings fan, but I really wish they would come out with it on the iPad. Redbox. Hanging with Friends. I love Hanging with Friends, although I don't really play it that often anymore. But it is a great game. And finally, Livestream. And that is my iPad. And that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Of course, if you have any questions, again, feel free to post comments in the comment section below regarding any of these apps, because I do have a lot of good apps, especially games. There's actually a lot of good games on here, but I just don't have time to explain them all. Otherwise, this video would probably be an hour long. And of course, if comments are not good enough, if you guys would rather see videos dedicated to a specific app or two or three of them, Let me know, because it's been a while since I've done a What's My iPad version video. I say version because I call it What's My iPad V1 and then What's My iPad V2. And I haven't done V2 in probably a year or so. It's really been that long. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out my social links below. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments what is your favorite iPad app, and whether or not I should check it out, because I'm always looking for new apps. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.